Complexity is the one thing that Path of Exile 2 has in abundance. Players must essentially earn a diploma in POE systems before they can even claim to be experts in the game because of the hundreds of unique items, mechanics that are layered on top of mechanics, and passives that completely change the game. Tailwind is one of the mechanics that can be a little difficult to understand. This stacking buff can boost a character's movement and skill speeds in addition to their evasion rating. This is the breakdown. Tailwind is described as follows. Tailwind can be activated by Deadeye Rangers using any skill. The activation of Tailwind is independent of the type of skill being used. Furthermore, using a skill, rather than hitting anything, is the activation requirement. When in use, Tailwind surrounds the player with a visual effect akin to a gale. This implies that players can simply spam skills into the ground to stack all 10 of Tailwind's buffs before a battle even begins. You can gain 10 stacks if there is a 10-second or less lag between using each skill. Tailwind increases movement speed by 10%, skill speed by 30%, and evasion rating by 150% at 10 stacks. Because they can be spammed, the best skills to activate Tailwind are those with low mana costs and no cooldown. For instance, Lightning Arrow is a great choice because in addition to dealing a lot of damage, it can be spammed endlessly as long as you have respectable mana pots and reasonably good mana regeneration. Despite having no mana cost, weapon attacks, such as bowshot, are still regarded as skills and have the ability to activate Tailwind. The accompanying modifier for Tailwind is always lose all Tailwind when hit. The effect is obvious. You instantly lose all of your Tailwind stacks whenever an enemy hits you with a source of damage. But because of the way evasion functions when an enemy attacks, your character automatically avoids the attack a predetermined number of times. You will not lose Tailwind stacks from these attacks because they do not technically count as hits, because they do not land. Consequently, one of the best ways to guarantee that your Tailwind stacks are always active is to stack more evasion. In Path of Exile 2, there are just two Tailwind sources: the Deadeye Ascendancy of the Ranger, the Corsair helmet with black insignia. Tailwind is available to Rangers who select the Deadeye Ascendancy via the Gathering Winds passive. Rangers will only be able to use this Ascendancy passive after they have chosen Deadeye and finished their first Trial of the Sakimas or Trial of Chaos. The description of Gathering Winds says, gain Tailwind on skill use, lose all Tailwind when hit in POE, 2 level 46 plus monsters randomly drop the Black Insignia unique. The description of the Black Insignia for Tailwind reads as follows, gain Tailwind on critical hit no more than once per second. Lose all Tailwind when hit. Tailwind is a stacking buff which grants 1% increased movement speed, 3% increased skill speed, and 15% increased evasion rating per stack for 10 seconds, refreshing whenever you gain another stack. Maximum 10 stacks. Tailwind acquired through the Black Insignia only starts when you land a critical hit. It does not start when you use a skill. The best way to activate Tailwind with this item is to use fast attacks and stack critical hit chance. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to turn that notification bell on to get all future updates.